So the SkyWatcher Star Adventurer Pro is a really awesome tracker, especially for the price. It's not quite as portable and lightweight as the Move Shoot Move, but if you want to do longer telephoto stuff or you want to put heavier equipment on top, it's definitely a really good option. But there's many things about the design that kind of frustrate me, and I was a little bit disappointed when they didn't update these things when they released the version 2. They just put Wi-Fi into the same body. But one of those things is the dial on the front here. It so easily switches on in your bag, and there's nothing worse than getting to a location and realizing that your battery's dead and you can't use the tracker. So one way to sort of solve that is to take the batteries out. This battery cover, by the way, is very whimsical. It comes off quite easily. But the thing with the batteries is that they're very difficult to take out. So taking them in and out all the time when you're in the field is just not very practical. The middle two are fine, but the two on the end are just so difficult to get off. And I normally have to use some sort of tool to pry them out. So taking the batteries in and out is just not very practical. And if you forget your batteries or you can't find them, then you can't use your device. One way to counteract that is to take a portable USB with you, and then you can use this 5-volt USB port to run the device from a portable battery. You could take that one step further, and you can actually unscrew this plastic battery mount completely, take it off, and mount your own USB power to the top here. Something I haven't done yet, but I know it's definitely possible. And I started working on a 3D mounted sort of battery holder a while back, but never got around to finishing it. And then another thing that's really awkward about the design is this thing here, the Polarscope illuminator. It sort of mounts onto the front here, so you can shine a red light into the Polarscope so you can see the reticle, you can see the pattern inside that you need to polar align. But this thing feels like such an afterthought. It's almost like the guys at SkyWatcher made this star tracker, took it out into the field and were like, we forgot to put a Polarscope illuminator in there. So they went back to the office and designed this thing as like an afterthought. And it's a little plastic adapter you have to use depending on whether you're using a declination bracket or you're just polar aligning without the declination bracket and just using a ball head. So it's very finicky. There's no on and off switch. You have to sort of unscrew the battery compartment door so that the battery is no longer in contact. And it's just very finicky. And if you forget to take this thing with you or it breaks, which is quite prone to do, that little plastic bulb, it's not really a bulb, it's more of a tube that just illuminates in the red light. That thing is pretty prone to snapping off and breaking. So they're cheap to replace, at least, but they're very finicky. And like I said, it just feels like an afterthought. So one solution to this problem that I have found is to put glow-in-the-dark tape inside this little hole in front of the Polarscope. Now, that's always in there. I can still use the Polarscope illuminator if I want, it still fits in. But this tape is always in there. It doesn't require any batteries. It works whether you're using a declination bracket or just going for a ball head. And I'm not going to forget it. It's there. It's in the device now. So I guess the best way for me to show you guys this in action is to head out tonight and show you how it is in the dark. So as you can see, it's already glowing, and it's actually not quite bright enough to see the reticle inside the scope and do polar alignment. So what you can do is take your head torch. Maybe that's a bit too much. And just shine it on there for a few seconds, let it charge up. And then you should see when I remove my torch that it's a lot brighter. So I think that should be enough. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. And now, yep, I can see the reticle. And, oh, yeah, it's pretty decent. Maybe not quite as good as the red light, but definitely good enough. And it just means that it's always in the device. I never have to worry about packing it, losing it, running out of battery. It's just a super convenient solution. But if you have a 3D printer, you can actually buy glow-in-the-dark ink. And there's a guy who released a 3D design of a small tube with a little crosshair that fits inside this hole. I can't remember his name, but I'll put a link in the description down below. But kudos to him for releasing that for free. So if you have access to a 3D printer, you could try it that way. I haven't tried the 3D printed version myself, but just so you know. And then the other thing that glow-in-the-dark tape is really good for, and shout out to Honora, who was on the astrophotography workshop with me and Brendan Danson on mainland Portugal last week. She brought a roll of glow-in-the-dark tape so that we could all put the tape on our tripod legs. And that way nobody walked into anybody else's tripod, kind of see where everybody was, and it's not too bright or overpowering. It doesn't ruin your shots. So I thought that was really cool. And even last night when I was in Final Forest, I had one camera over there taking exposures, and I'd be using another camera over there. And then when I want to go back to find my other camera, I don't like turning my head torch on because I might ruin the exposures that it's taking. And so many times in the past, I've been walking around in the dark looking for my camera and accidentally walked into it. But now with the glow-in-the-dark tape on my tripod legs, you can just find it so easily and keep track of where all your gear is. So yeah, just a quick video, guys. I hope you found these tips useful. I wonder if you have any other ideas of what you can use glow-in-the-dark tape for. Do let me know in the comments down below. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already and you want more tips and advice on astrophotography. And if you're going out to enjoy the night sky anytime soon, I wish you good luck and clear skies.